Oh man, this one's a doozy. This is a game that was requested an awful lot. It's a game for the Super Nintendo and the Amiga, published by Acclaim, so, when you've got Acclaim games in this era, it's almost a guarantee that they're going to be shitty. This one is called Rise of the Robots, and you can tell just by the title screen that this is going to be a total piece of trash. This guy just stands here and wiggles over and over and over if you choose not to press the start button. I mean, we can test it right now. Let's do a 5-second countdown. And I assure you, he continues doing it long after that. So let's hit the start button and you can see the amazing UI that we have in front of us. The user interface here is just fantastic. We get to stare at this robot or blue cyborg ninja Dr. Manhattan type guy. We get to stare at his lats until we choose whether we want 1-player, 2-player, or options. So I guess we'll go to 1-player. And then we can get mission briefs or training. I've always been more of a mission boxer man myself, but we'll go to mission brief because this is the campaign mode of the game. And there's a little bit of a story mode here, but I'll save you. This is one of those early 90s games that's in the year 2000, robots would control the world. Well, whatever. The only bad thing that happened in the year 2000 was that NSYNC was the #1 band in the world. So anyway, as I mentioned, this is a fighting game, and now we have to fight a front-end loader. Now, you'd think this would be easy. And actually, pretty much every review I've read of this game said that one of the main complaints is that you could defeat... Jeez, I can't speak right now. You could defeat almost every enemy with a simple flying jump kick. I have not found that to be the case. This may be the hardest fighting game I've ever played in my entire life. So I'm that blue cyborg there. You notice there's no character select screen. That's because you can only play as one character. Except, of course, in the multiplayer mode, and you could mix it up a little bit. One of the strange things about multiplayer, though, is that, over single player, you play a variety of enemies. Now these enemies are scaled, so obviously this is the easiest one, and the most difficult one comes at the end, and they get more difficult as you go along. Well, that trait is preserved in the multiplayer, so, oh my god, look at how great this AI is right now. Oh, now it's gonna just thrash my ass. I heard you talking about me, asshole. Yeah, so in the multiplayer, some characters are actually better than others, so I'm pretty sure that this shit is totally on balance, as if I could get a friend to play this with me. Now, you can see pretty much this is the depth of combat in this game. You've got kicks, punches, all pretty much look the same, no matter what button you use. You're using R, X, Y. But the computer just fucking rapes my ass. Obviously the flying jump kicks do not work. And of course the time limit is not nearly long enough. I've played this for probably, I'm gonna say close to half an hour now. I haven't even come close to getting past this first level. The best I ever did was when I just crouched and only threw low kicks, which is a strategy that works on, Rise of the Robots and your average 9-year-old, I guess. Let's see if that strategy holds true right now. The only problem is when he starts jumping, you're fucked. There's absolutely nothing you can do. So this is a game that, believe it or not, when it came out, was actually kind of impressive. Gameplay-wise, absolutely not. But for its graphics, this was graphically kind of absurd when it came out, unprecedented. And that's part of the reason that maybe the gameplay is so shallow. I've read some analysis of this game that essentially just says, every frame of this game is so intense that they couldn't possibly render or have the gameplay be more complex because the animations would just be too insane for the processor or the computing power. I'm not one of those guys to actually be able to pull off. Nice. My kicks are actually doing pretty well here. But the gameplay is unbelievably shallow. There's special moves for your character. You have to go into the options mode and turn them on. How fun would that be playing Street Fighter? You can't do a Hadoken unless you go in the options menu and enable Hadokens. Shit is retarded. And if you thought I was joking about Dr. Manhattan, take a look at this shit. How did this game get an E for everyone rating when I can see my ninja cyborg's huge, gargantuan testicles dangling there? Like ripe plums. Good god. And I actually managed to win one just by kicking. Alright, maybe this will be the unprecedented day when I will manage to get past the first level of Rise of the Robots. This is the game I have no experience with as a child. I just got into it recently. I was looking forward to, maybe playing some Rise of the Robots at EVO this year. I have a feeling that with the 15 minutes I put into the game, I'm probably one of the top 10 players of Rise of the Robots in the world. Someone in the comments is going to say, oh, as a kid, I was actually, Nintendo Power ranked in this game. Whatever, let's just keep tossing some standing kicks to the face of this front-end loader. Sentences I thought I would never say in real life. Take 50. And this is really I hate to say it, but it's almost a battle of wits, but it's actually pretty much the exact opposite. It's like a battle of stupidity. Am I stupid enough to let him stab me? Or is he stupid enough to walk into me? If this guy starts jump kicking at me, I have no defense. I just take it like a little bitch. He's got these unbelievable combos. And I'm not even sure that my block is effective, although I know his is substantially. But yeah, the jump kick strategy seems to be working pretty well so far. You guys might not know this, but this is actually not Rise of the Robots. This is a sneak peek of Real Steel starring Hugh Jackman coming out in theaters next week. Oh my god, did I beat him? Bound drawn? We had exactly the same energy? Oh, don't tell me we have to do it one more time, or I lose automatically. Oh shit, okay, here we go. Jesus, that could not have been more close. Let's do it. Yeah, it's a shame. He had more points than me. He probably should have gone through. Like, what I don't understand, I get points for hitting him, but I don't get points if he blocks it. He gets points for hitting me whether I'm blocking or not. Hardly seems fair. Now, if you're noticing, you might not be able to notice it right now, but there's a fair amount of slowdown in this game. Again, that's not due to the emulation I'm using right now. It's just the shit is so performance intensive. This is really, sad to say, ahead of its time. One of the interesting things about this game is that it's got a score by Brian May, who you may know as one of the instrumentalists from Queen. I'm not sure whether he's a guitarist or a bassist or whatnot. He's one of the guys who's not Freddie Mercury. But apparently, they basically just put his name on the title screen. And then, like, there's a few bars of his music in the intro where the guy is just kind of wriggling around on the screen. But everything else was actually composed by Mirage Software, who were the developers of this game. Oh shit, I'm losing. Got it, time to get aggressive. Holy crap, I think I might have actually beaten him. Success. I've defeated the loader. I can move on to the next round. And where I will promptly get destroyed. Or maybe this is going to be a whole fucking Let's Play of Rise of the Robots in the Super Nintendo. Maybe I'll just get through every level. So yeah, I mean, that doesn't look amazing now, but back then that was graphically pretty damn good, I'll admit. Alright, so now I got my guy's lats again. Who am I fighting this time? Looks like I'm fighting a welder. As I understand, this is kind of like a Mega Man type deal, specifically like Mega Man, I can't remember if it's 9 or 10, where that like robo-influenza goes around and infects all these robots and makes them evil. But pretty sure that's exactly what's happening here. Of course, any similarity is simply cosmetic, that I'm a blue cyborg fighting robots that have been infected by a virus that turns them against humankind. Oh shit, this guy looks pretty scary to me. But let's try my standing jump kick strategy, see if it works. Standing jump kick? What the fuck am I talking about? Standing regular kick. Here he goes, this big Donkey Kong type guy here. Come at me, bro! You wanna fuck with these testicles? Look at this shit! You got enough sperm to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool. That'd be Michael Phelps' favorite event of the Olympics, wouldn't it? If you hear my phone ring, that's my lawyer telling me I've just been sued for slander. Alright, well the standing kick strategy seems to be doing okay so far. I do have 20 times the points of my opponent. I guess they did carry over from the last one. But yeah, really, this would probably be the worst fight you would ever see in martial arts. Just one dude running at another, and then the other dude just kicking him in the face over and over. It's hard to tell though how much health I have compared to him. It seems like he does a lot of damage. His health bar seems more green than mine, or darker green than mine. But we keep kicking him right in his Jay Leno-sized chin. Oh, he's in the yellow now. Alright, I have successfully figured out how to become the world's greatest Rise of the Robots player. This is some high-level play here. Whether I win or lose, I'm pretty sure this is going to be my last fight. Simply because I cannot take much more of just standing here pressing B when he walks into range. Shit is completely mindless. Let's put it this way, I'm not surprised that, a shallowness was criticized in this game when it first came out. Because, I mean, as you're seeing here, pretty much just hitting the B button, or I should say the A button, I suppose, every time that he walks into my vicinity. And he's just, and again, the computer just slaps you around too. It doesn't do anything special. Again, it boggles my mind the special moves have to be activated in the options menu. Like they weren't intended to be part of the game. They just threw them in at the last minute. Probably not a surprise that, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat did really well on the Super Nintendo. Rise of the Robots, not so much. And, like, really every game from Acclaim that came out between the 10 years of 1990 and 1999, and actually stretching back into the late 80s as well with those Bart Simpson NES games, was just total dog shit. Like, they're possibly the worst publisher out there, even worse than LJN. I know I've said that about GameTech as well, but yeah, it's all true, I promise you. Acclaim had a really terrible track record, although I think they did put out Smash TV, which is one of my favorites from that day. It might have been Midway, though. I can't remember who published it. Alright, so Danky Kang won here. Ape wins. Oh, he actually is called an ape. We're not supposed to call them apes anymore. Ugh, here we go. You gotta like the nice static backgrounds too. It's just like a JPEG sitting behind us of like nondescript tunnels. Looks like a Prodigy video. Alright, we got the first kick in. Just wait for him to do his little move here. I don't even know what it's called. I was trying to come up with something clever. Shuck and jive, maybe. Anyway, come at me. And, I mean, like, so many shitty fighting games on the NES. A lot of people have recommended I play Balls 3D. I played it, and honestly, that one is too bad to make a video of. There's nothing to go on there. It's just a bunch of, like, figures made out of gel balls fighting each other in a way that looks nothing like any fighting system has ever looked in history. It's fucking horrible. At least this one has some coherence to it. If it is, it's still probably one of the worst fighting games ever made. But you know, at least it's kind of pretty to look at for the era. Even though you can see the clipping around these guys. You can see it's like someone did a bad job cutting them out of Photoshop with a lasso tool or a magic wand. Anyway, it looks like I'm actually going to defeat the ape, which is absurd, but anyway, I guess my tactic has proven itself well. And that will be the end of Let's Hate, I should say, Rise of the Robots. This has been a psychologically exhausting video for me to make. Truly just a derivative, boring piece of shit game. As always, thank you guys for watching. I look forward to seeing your suggestions for future Let's Hates in the comments, and I will see you with my next video. See you later.